Alright, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to a late night video for once. I feel like this has been a minute since I did a late night market outlook video, but as y'all know, I've been busy this past week and this past weekend. But I did want to make sure I did come on here and give you guys my main setups for the week that I'm going to be looking for once again on gold, US 30, and NAS 100. So without further ado, we're going to hop straight into it. It's literally already like 9 o'clock, or let me see what time it is. As I'm recording, it's literally 9:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So market is already open. Moves are already starting to play out smoothly. Some setups I could have called out earlier. Other setups I'm not even mad at. We didn't take them. So I'm gonna get into my main moves. What I'm gonna be looking for. I guess something that y'all can look for tonight during London session, as well as what y'all can look for over the next couple of days for New York. And before I get ready to switch to the actual screen, remember this week is NLP week. Every time it's NLP week, we trade conservatively, and we also have fun, right? Market's going to be volatile. There's going to be a lot of big moves that should be happening. I talk about it all the time, right? There's not a surprise when we're at key levels, right? Markets did a sweep last week, cleared out some lows, cleared out some highs. Now we're getting into the new month of August, and now it's time to get ready. This is really like the last month of the summer before we start getting into those fall months when the market start jumping and really start moving how it's supposed to be moving, even better than what we've been doing so far. So enough with the intro. Let's go hop right onto it. And I think I'm gonna start with the news first, and then we can actually hop on the charts. All right, so I said we're gonna do Forest Factory first. So let's go ahead, come over here first, and let's see what's going on. Starting off, as you can see, tomorrow, Monday, New York session, we got the ISM manufacturing PMI news dropping at 10 a.m. So that means there's either going to be plays doing pre-market, right before open, and then there are going to be plays. The main move, though, we're going to be looking to wait until after that 10 a.m. news drop. A lot of people like trading right at opening bell, thinking that they can hurry up and scalp and catch a big move. But if you want to trade as like more cool, more calm, more comfortable, like a comfortable trade that you could take and be like, all right, I'm not mad if I hold this trade or hold this swing, I recommend that you guys wait until after 10 a.m. Next, we have, I'm over here multitasking. All right, next we have, where we at? Tuesday. Tuesday, we have Judge Job openings, 10 a.m. So once again, same rules as Monday. Wednesday and Thursday, we have ADP, non-farm employment change, and ISM services. It's so funny because like this is really a red folder, but it's acting like it's an orange, and that's why I always say, like, I love just treating my orange like my reds, because no matter what, any one of these news, depending on what the price is actually, whatever the price is actually is when they release the data, it can make the market jump, right? And then Thursday and Friday, we have unemployment claims on Thursday, right before opening bell at 8:30 a.m. And then Friday, we have the one and only non-farm employment change. So this should be a pretty good week for y'all to, like, literally, if y'all doing challenges, y'all doing combines, it should be a clean week to pass those. For those that never traded NLP, or if you're nervous doing NLP, just lower your risk. If you lower your risk, there's no need to be nervous, because that means you're not risking the same as you normally would risk, and it gives you more cushion to test out your strategies to see how it's actually working and performing. So if that is you, just go ahead and size down this week and still look for these setups, or look for your own personal setups as well as you get ready to attack the market. Now, let's get into, just get away from that one. Let's get into like what am I looking for this week, and that jazz. Can you go full screen, please? Thank you. All right, so it's crazy because I didn't even do a video. Like I said, last week was so busy. I didn't even do a video on like the recap for the setups that I called out from last week. I'm not gonna do it here, but this beautiful play right here, though, this is one of the swings that I did in the polling on my personal account. So on future side, futures you can't really hold swing trades. But if you have a broker, and depending on what broker you trade, since I trade indices and I trade futures, I was able to hold these swings for the buys over here on 30. Beautiful play. Beautiful play. But enough about last week. Dang, I just realized I got a freaking... Alright, so after I'm done recording this, I'm gonna post the results for the week as well. So y'all gonna see this video, and then y'all gonna see the results from last week, either in the chat, or I'm probably not gonna put it in the chat. I'm probably gonna post it on Instagram or something, and then y'all see it there. Dang, I gotta catch up. All right, so As you can see, where are we? We are back at the highs. Back at the stretcher for US 30 where the last time it was here. Market sold off, created lower highs, double top right here, and absolutely destroyed itself. Now we're back at the same levels. As you can see, market open. We had us a gap down here. That's not really the gap. Hold on. Friday. No, this is the gap. I gotta look at my other broker too, but this is the gap. This is the support for where the market was at on Friday, and this is where the market opened up at. Right. So this is currently the high. This is currently the low. Eventually this week, I will be expecting, and Dana could do it tonight too. A quick trade I can give y'all would just be an easy sell play back down to that support structure. So the moment it closes back inside this zone, or like under this support right here, this will be a sell opportunity that I will look to scalp back down to this level right here. Simple. Literally that simple. Because this is the actual gap. It's not like, oh, it gapped here and then it retested and took off. No. So TP1 will be 120 points from my futures. And then here is 200. We're going to go 250. 250 points as well. And for those that don't know what US 30 is on the futures, it is called YM. I repeat, it is called YM. My stop loss, technically my mental stop loss, my high, like the stop my like to invalidate this setup, price will need to close above this high, which means my stop loss should just sit above that high, and that's what I'm gonna look for. So after this retest though, so there could be a lot of things that happen, right? We might see it push and then it just continue to melt and just be a clean trade, 1, 2, or we might see that market might push here, retest this zone. It's not ready to sell yet. It's gonna come back, pull back, come back to retest this high again just to confirm. And then after you get that retest to confirm that, that's when we look for the continuation back down to the downside, and that will confirm it. So like if it's not clearly closing and pushing out of this zone, don't take the sales here yet. I would rather you anticipate that it's gonna fake break for the sales, and this will be a buy entry back to here, and then we look for sales officially once it come back down. Or really, this can be trade idea number 1. I'm about to make sure I should be putting these in the chart right now. This could be trade idea number 1. Trade idea number 2 could really be all the way up here. Tight, and it's a cleaner trade. Entry here, tighter stop loss. You're not even risking that much anymore. Literally 60 points. And then we go 1,200 pips right here at the previous entry area that we talked about. And then same trade, I'll let you ride this on the TP2. And then 4 retests back down here to TP3. And that'd be a perfect trade, actually. I actually like that move better than the first one I was about to send out. But let's play devil advocate. Let's say, what's another scenario I could see happening? Another scenario would be, instead of selling here tonight, it continues to push back up into these levels, right? Come back and tap into these highs. And then we might potentially start seeing lower highs and sales tomorrow when the ISM manufacturing news drop at 10 a.m. Right? So that means I can see buy push, mirror nation between 9 a.m. to 9:45, 10 a.m. news drops, one last manipulation, and then boom, beautiful sell continuation. So on the flip side, I'm gonna flip that. So let's say we go stop loss here, and this is gonna be the last trade I give y'all for 30. And then all my actual members, obviously I know I'm gonna update y'all in the chats. So that's gonna be TP1, and then it's gonna be TP2. Technically, this would be just a safer entry to just take profit on right here and just get out and be done. If you see that the market is moving with momentum, though, I'm not mad if you set your TP right at 1,200 or 120 points. You know what I'm saying? The reason I'm technically safe entry because you don't want to really gamble trying to scalp buys when you know overall this pair is setting us up again for the sell-offs, right? Or at least like, and the only way this changes, like the only way this rule changes is, let's say y'all not in the academy, y'all just watching me on YouTube, you have no idea. Let's say later on in the week, if we come back down to this level first and it bounces off here for the buys, right? And then it makes its way back all the way back up here, this trade is no longer valid because at that point, this would have been the cleaner move down here. I don't even think I gave you that trade. Hopefully I did because I'm not about to give it right now. Discord members, I'm going to drop that later on if we get back to that level. But right now, I'm just trying to make sure I speed through everything quick. just to make sure I'm getting this video out to y'all before midnight at least. Now, I'm gonna keep going. So this will be, if it does come here, this trade becomes invalid because at this point, if the market booms if we respect this stretcher and take off for the buys here, all the way, by the time it gets up here, this is already a 350 point move, right? So at this point, it's getting exhausted, which means by the time it comes here, it should be settling for a pullback before the next buy continuation. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, just ask a question down below, and I got y'all. But so if it comes here first and respects it, we hold buys. If it's creating higher lows, we hold buys. You could take this trade, but you don't fall in love with trying to hold it to break out the zone, because we are approaching the previous resistance, and these are high liquidity areas where I'm going to anticipate that it hits these levels and then some form of strong pullback. And not necessarily, and that's gonna save you, because if you wait for the pullback first, and if it still creates a higher low and it fails to close below this structure right here, then you know now this trade becomes validated, and now you can look for the potential breakout. Because if it's struggling to break a new low, that means it's continuing for the uptrend, and it's going to continue to make higher lows and higher highs, and potentially come back all the way up into this level right here, which would be cool. Like, that'll be a fire swing trade. So that is officially the end of US 30. I'm gonna slide over to gold. We're gonna save NQ for last, and then I'm gonna leave you out with that. But let me make sure I put the two TPs back. Alright, let's try to go. Gold look like a hot mess. I'm about to delete everything real quick. So, same thing we talked about last week. Still ranging, right? We had our high, lower highs, main pullback, lower high. As you can see here, it's still created. Like, this structure right here is a key lower high structure for gold. Right? Down here, key support. Right? You can see here, it's so crazy. Now I'm looking at it on a 4 hour standpoint. This was just another head and shoulders pattern. Left shoulder, pull back. This was a head. As you can see, it was very choppy and ugly. But eventually it got up out of there. Pull back, created right shoulder. Market took off for buys. Pull back to retest that previous right shoulder. Market took off for buys again. Beautiful price action. So what I'm looking for today, honestly, it's so crazy. I want to see. We're gonna wait for two main moves. All right, I'm gonna leave it at that. We're gonna wait for two main moves, and that's gonna be either a retest back up into here. I don't know why the black arrow not working. I want to see a retest either back up into here, and then once we get back into this level, once the market can close back under this zone, or like if you guys want to take sales, like this would be like a sell area. Let me just say that this would be my ideal sell area, and then we're gonna look for to push back down to here. I'm not gonna necessarily say like it's gonna continue the downtrend, but if it does continue, like if it does, obviously you guys can look to hold swings. But I know the majority of you guys are make your money and get out, and I respect that. Right? A lot of people not swing traders, and honestly, in this market, it probably would be less stressful if you weren't a swing trader. If you got large capital money, then you ain't tripping, obviously, because then you can just hold your trades longer and just wait for your trade to spot TP. But if you don't, and you're like, bro, I need to get in and out of these trades, but I can't hold swings. Yeah, just set your TPs and go crazy. All right, so entry will be around 4110 area, right? TP1, 4100 area, 4090. I can do this all day. 4080, and then we're gonna go 4070. So this is, I'm giving y'all 4 different TP options, 40 points. If you trade a one contract on GC, this is equivalent to $4,000 if all 4 TPs smash. Basically, do it like this. Every 10 points is $1,000. So 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. And then, as y'all know, I risk 50 to 100 points every single time. So, same concept, right? This would be a 1-to-1. And in this scenario right here, my preference would be I will actually go higher just to let the trade read, right? So I would want to see something like this. Boom. This becomes a 1-on-1. Smack TP. Boom. TP2. TP3. And it's so crazy. I remember somebody on my YouTube actually. I remember my students used to always say like, "Oh, bro, hey, like you always risk more than your first TP target. Like, why do you do that? Like, what's the reason behind it? Or like like what else they say? It's something like something along that, like the risk to reward ratio isn't as great. Like why do you trade like that, or like why do you do that? Like my thing is, right? I'll say this in a humble way. I don't lose. Like, and I'm saying that in the sense of when I say that, don't take that with a grain of salt. I'm saying that with a sense of if I literally, I'm trying to like, let me really put it in perspective for y'all. I can really just aim for when I first started trading gold last fall, right when the market was slowing down, I was only aiming for just 100 pips, right? So I can show y'all my strategy smacking 100 pips over and over and over again before I even get close to even thinking about smacking my stop loss, because 100 pips is literally a pullback. Like whenever gold pulls back or retraces before it continues to move, usually it's always typically 100 to 150 pips, right? Or my fault, 10 points to 15 points of a pullback before it goes in direction. So like, do you know how easy it is for me? Like, oh, if I need to trade a winning trade, let's say I need to make $1,000 tomorrow. You know how easy it is for me to go, boom, take this trade right here, boom, right here, $1,000. I'm done for the day. Cool, I'm straight. Like putting that perspective. So like when we talk about like, oh, like how are you able to like, why do you let your stop loss breathe? Because my trade smack TP. Like I back test my strategy. I know how my pair work. I know what I can get out of it when I need to. I know when I should be looking for when I can look to hold a TP3, and I know when gold might be like I might give you a little turbulence before I actually play out. And if I feel like I don't want to deal with turbulence, then I know just set your take profit to TP1 every single time instead of trying to get home runs every single trade. But the result speaks to itself. I've been posting every week. If you are in the Discord, you are watching it happen in real time, so yeah, I know what I'm doing over there. I don't know what made me just go on that rant just now, but I don't know. So this is gonna be trade idea number one. Full retest again. If it pushes up here, full retest back to the high. This would be a sell setup that we can look for later on this week. And then honestly, it's really just a flip, same thing. So full retest under this zone, or back to the support structure. It might start consolidating once again. Wait for a double top. Double bottom. Let it break again. Then we start looking for buys here, and then we look to target the highs again. Simple. 40.33. We go steeper stop loss. 40.13. Then we go 40.43. 40.53. And you know what's so crazy though? I give y'all and this is Discord members, y'all already in Discord, but like for people this literally is getting posted on YouTube for free. In a sense, I'm giving y'all a part of y'all still not getting my full strategy, but I'm giving y'all the fundamentals of the strategy itself. So every week, if you go back and just watch the videos and pay attention to the style of how like what I'm saying I'm waiting for, the conditions that need to get met. Like I'm really essentially still teaching y'all how to trade without teaching y'all how to trade at the same time. But at the same time, like any person that's been in the game long enough, if they find my YouTube channel, they'll look at this, oh dang, like I understand what he's saying, like, oh, he waiting for the stretch or he waiting for the market to show him this. I see like what he's seeing on the chart, so I could tell potentially like it's been so many times my students be like, they'll say like, oh, what strategy do you think they use? And I look and I watch a video, or I watch how they're trading. I'm like, oh yeah, supply and demand, or they might be using a certain indicator. I could tell what indicator they're using, based off of their entries, based off of their closing model. Like it's so crazy, like how much you get assessed when you really are passionate about hunting. You really get assessed with the skill for it, bro. But anywho, so this trade number two, main entry for the sales, main setup for the buys. Let me make sure I downloaded that. Yes, I did. If I had to think about like right now, like if I was getting ready to call a trade out for my students right now, in the Discord, what do I be looking for? Immediately, okay, let me paint my own picture real quick. Let me rewind. All right, so of that, market high for tonight for Tokyo is right here. So this is Tokyo's high. Let me run play. It's on the 15th, so it's gonna move kind of fast. So it sold first. It started to slow down, and it made this structure a mini support. Right. So high. I see it now a little bit. It created a high right here. It pulled back and fell to close higher. Created double top. Market sold off. It's starting to pull back now. What time is it? As I'm recording, it's 10:09. So in my head now, it's one or two things that should be happening. If it cannot push for the buys in the next hour, if it doesn't make a retest here, and even if it does, it's even better. If it makes a retest here but fails to break, we know that it's going to sell off of this stretcher and it's going to come back to 40.30, right? And then even now, really, I wouldn't be mad. I'm not going to take it, but even, wow, go away. This stretcher right here, like it's already rejection, creating a lower high. It can easily still just come here right here. My preference though, like if I needed to get an entry tonight, what I would want to see if I can get one more manipulation up here, and then I'll call sales off of this stretcher back down to here, and that would be like kind of like where I'll play it at. So essentially, this is gonna be the last step I'll give y'all, but over here. So 40.70, we're gonna go 40.90, 20-point stop, and then we're gonna go TP1, TP2, TP3, and then TP4. 40-point move to start the week. I don't know why that line is so thick, but it got it. Boom. Alright. Sell entry, stop loss. I don't need these two lines on here. Am I tripping? I'm tripping. My fault. 40.60. That orange line threw me off. That's what it was. 40.40. And then I'll still get y'all that last one. Because this will be like the main swing that I look for before we test back down to this zone right here. So entry 1, 2, 3, 4. Full swing though, if it does come back here for the full swing TP. TP1 3 is my standard, and then full swing would be all the way back down here. Yeah, that looks pretty smooth. Let me turn this replay off. And then last but not least, let's get into Nas 100. I know that's y'all favorite, man. Over here, it looks pretty obvious, honestly. Same thing we saw last Sunday, and it's crazy now that I'm seeing that. Pushed up here, back to the side, and immediately sold off. So honestly, we're gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna look for the same exact thing. This wick entry. Stop loss gonna be above the high. I'm gonna let it breathe a little bit. TP1. It's so crazy because I know I'm gonna move these TPs up. This is gonna be the swing TP though. This is gonna be the new swing TP back down to here. If you trade indices, that swing setup is gonna be for y'all. For futures, y'all not gonna be a swing trade. Sorry, I can't help you out with that unless if you got a broker or you trade indices like that, then trade the indices. But yeah, but I knew I was gonna bring these TPs up. So my TP1 is usually always 60 points. So I'm gonna just keep that as the standard for right now. 60 points, 120, and then honestly, I'm gonna do that though. I'm gonna keep it right there because my standard is 60 and 120, but the full retest what I can see is obviously back here at this 170 point mark. But it's cool. Next TP after that though, this is where we get into our movements for real. I'm gonna make it here. 300 points. I'm gonna leave it at that because I remember back in the day I used to have like 8 different TPs. I don't care about saying, oh, TP 1 through 8 smash. I don't care about that no more. I don't care about that. I care about what's gonna actually get y'all paid and be consistent. Not having y'all trying to hold to TPA all the time. Now you're getting caught being greedy. That's the reason why I really stopped doing that because I wanted to make sure like less TPs, force them to take profit. If they decide to be greedy after that, that's on them. I can't help them. So you know what? I'm gonna bring this up here. Y'all gonna get even me. I haven't seen 4 TPs. You know what? I'm gonna do this. TP1, TP2 back at the slow, and then we're gonna go TP3 right here at the close of the gap. And then this swing TP is for my swing traders that want the bonus TP. That'll be for y'all. So standard TP1 655, TP2 1600, TP3 378 points, and then boom TP4 610 points. Voila. All right. And you know what? Honestly, I'm gonna just leave y'all with that. That's gonna be the only trade I give y'all this week for NQ. If y'all want more, join the Discord. The free Discord. I'm probably gonna drop another setup over there for y'all in there. But really, I'm really just locked in on the premium, and it's like a bigger goal I have now. That I'm really about to lock in on. So I'm not gonna really be doing too much of these videos anymore over here. For my members, I'm gonna record videos for y'all and still upload it for y'all. But over here on YouTube, yeah, no. Especially because y'all haven't even been liking the videos. If I go to the last video, I can probably count how many people actually like that video. And there's gonna be way more views than there's likes. So since I haven't been feeling appreciation, I'm letting y'all know now. Like, it's a lot of things that I kind of like talked to myself about over the weekend that I'm about to start doing to take everything up way more than what I was already doing before. I thought I was providing value now. Just wait. Alright, so I'm gonna drop this in the free Discord, and then obviously this is again uploaded on YouTube. All current premium members, you guys get ready for the week. It is NFP. I'm probably still gonna be calling about, I want to say probably 2 main setups a day doing New York, and then probably 1 or 2 main setups doing Tokyo as well. So if you miss one trade, don't worry. I still got a couple more coming later on in the day as well. So be on the lookout for that. I am officially done yapping, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.